India has more than 14 lakh schools and 23 crore students, making it one of the most expansive networks of education for the children of kindergarten to grade 12. A cheerful morning to all present. Today, the students of DAV Public School, BRS Nagar, are going to tell you about the main features of National Education Policy. National Education Policy, or NEP, was a policy introduced by the Indian Ministry of Education in the year 2020. Now, what is the use and purpose of this policy? According to the ministry, education must build characters, enable learners to be ethical, rational, compassionate, and learning, while at the same time prepare them for a gainful, fulfilling employment. One of its main aims is to make today's Indian citizens job creators and not job seekers, to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat.
The world is moving towards skill-based requirements, so that is why so much flexibility is needed. One particular course, one particular stream will not give people jobs in the future because multidisciplinary skills are needed. NEP gives equal weightage to all subjects, whether academic, vocational or curricular.
One of the important features of NEP 2020 to make India self-sufficient is vocational education. NEP 2020 advocates that students need to be given early exposures to vocational education from class 6 onwards. Realizing the importance of imparting vocational education, students are being made to do internships and are encouraged to participate in industry visits.
A structural vocational curriculum is the need of the hour to achieve sustainable development goal 4 for quality education. Skill education aims at preparing students for life or vocation. Our school has offered skill subject period for classes up to 6 to 8, which is held from 0 to 1st period every Friday.
According to NEP, students will learn at least 3 languages in their school years, denoted as R1, R2, R3. R1 is often the most commonly used local language, that is Punjabi, for our state. R2 could be any language including English. R3 will be any other language that is not R1 and R2. The 3-language formula will ensure that the student is an independent reader and writer.
Introduction of buddy system, which is already in practice in our school from last 2 years, in which teachers can pair a child who needs help with another child, who can provide help informally when it comes to homework, explaining classwork, projects, etc. The motto is each one teach one.
NEP 2020 brings holistic changes in the Indian education system, more focus on practical learning rather than theoretical learning. Holistic education prepares a student for lifelong learning. This reminds us of Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore's poetry. In the poem and in the nature, water comes back to the earth in the form of rain after traversing a path. There is need to provide that kind of holistic education as described by Gurudev, so that students will feel coming back to their society and pay back to their society, parents, district and state.
No hard separations between subjects. Teaching mathematics through sports would be fun for most of you, those who really struggle in understanding the concept in maths. Through sports,
Students are taught about monuments. The immediate expression from them is that they are able to measure a table, a classroom, or even a playground. Class teaching must be aligned with real-life situations.
experiential learning is the process of learning through experience, learning through reflection on doing something practically. We studied that how plantation of trees would help in avoiding soil erosion by wind. Rows of trees are planted in the desert regions to protect the soil of a ground from being eroded by the wind. In a playground, all the trees are planted in a row, so they protect the soil of a ground from wind erosion.
Inclusive learning. There are children with different learning needs in every classroom. Children with disabilities educated in regular schools outperform those educated in segregated things. Our school is an inclusive school, benefits all children, including with disabilities, like we have ramps at every corner in the school. Children with poor sights are given the study material in a large font.
Today's world is fully based on skills. What are some skills that you need to have today? The strong skill-based education model has the potential to not only change the way of the country, It views career opportunities but also to take a creative and innovative approach to the global leadership. Beginning with vocational exposure at early ages in middle and secondary school quality, vocation and education will be integrated smoothly into higher education. It will ensure that every child learns at least one vocation and is exposed to several more. Engaging the students in skill-based learning is of great importance. It makes the students confident and independent. These two qualities make students successful in their life. The students of our class are now coming to explain the 21st century skills of NEP 2020.
There are many ways to develop critical thinking skills. Some people are born with these skills, while others develop them through experience or education. It is the ability to think deeply about the problem or question and to come up with creative solutions. Asking questions is a great way to not only learn more about a topic but also to learn new ways of thinking about things. Questions can be the catalyst to intelligent discussions with the teachers and classmates. A great way to develop critical thinking skills is to engage in conversations with other students. I am curious and ask a lot of questions. I learn with enthusiasm and try to find answers independently.
The Socratic method of teaching is thought-provoking dialogue between the teacher and the students. Instead of giving information and the facts, the teacher can ask series of open-ended questions on particular topic or issue. In turn, student can also ask variety of questions. This is the most effective way of developing critical thinking amongst the students.
Creativity. Creativity makes students to explore and learn new things from each other. Creativity allows us to view and solve problems more openly with innovation. I think out of the box the answers of various complex situations.
National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes the need for research collaboration. Research collaborations provide students with opportunities to engage in research projects, work with experts in their field, and develop a research skill. For example, in an adult tinkering lab, teacher creates a positive learning environment to promote a culture of respect, inclusivity, and collaboration so that students feel comfortable, confident in expressing their ideas. I work independently as well as in groups. I appreciate and respect diversity. The vision of National Education Policy 2020 is technology and integration in order to give path for the students to make India a digitally empowered society and a knowledge economy around the globe. I explored, experiment and discovered. I introduced new ideas and concepts.
Information and media literacy. Information and media literacy empowers people to think critically about information and digital tools. It is said, the thing that challenges you, changes you. We have in our school mass media as a skill subject and optional subject in +1 and +2. I am a good listener and understand others' perspective.
Cross-cultural understanding. Cross-cultural understanding means learning to value other culture and respect their views. India is a land of diverse culture, so the skill among the students help provide this communication instead, opening up the possibility of fruitful relationships.
Learning and self-reliance. The new world of work is sparked by creativity, entrepreneurship and networking. All the vocational courses must be inculcating financial literacy. We have the culinary and baking club in skill subject period that enables students to make various food items and later go to different sections to sell their products.
Now, we will learn about different learning approaches. The first one is multidisciplinary, when different subjects are working together to conduct research on a single problem but without integration. For example, in social science, we learn about the sources of water like the oceans, rivers and so on. But in science, we learn that water is composed of 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. Now think of, not only in these 2 subjects but in other languages too, we do poems and essays on water. All these different subject teachers working together to integrate different subjects' knowledge is called interdisciplinary. Now more interestingly, the next one is transdisciplinary. Think of if we learn all the important topics of the main subjects in the playground or in a music class. Oh, amazing! Let's take an example. Nowadays,
show kindness, empathy, and compassion. I act to make a positive difference in the lives of others.
Express myself confidently. I can work with information and ideas of my own and those of others.
I make decisions based on critical and creative thinking when faced by a problem.
All concepts taught in the classroom should be connected to real life. This way, the learner will never forget and will find the learning meaningful. A good education institution is one in which each and every student feels welcomed and cared for, where a safe and stimulating learning environment exists, where a wide range of experiences are offered. Our school is one of them, and we're proud to be a part of it. On the behalf of my class, we hope that this topic was fruitful and that it made you aware about NEP.
I appreciate the sincere efforts made by the students of 8C for preparing the students as well and apprising them about the features of national education policy in a very effective way. Thanks to Vadi Principal Ma'am, Managing Committee for making the teachers aware by arranging webinars to gain and implement knowledge at the possible spheres.